Good morning, everyone. In History of the Constitution at Mount Wachusett Community College, I want to put up a very brief introductory video today just about the expectations for the course, the text you'll need, and how to actually navigate through the assignment section of this class so you'll know what to expect and what to do in order to complete weekly assignments. The book is simply called The Words We Live By. It's by Linda R. Monk. It's a very inexpensive book relative to other textbooks. I think it's $24. No, it's $19 for the latest edition. You can even use an older edition. Book is fantastic, but it's more of a supplemental reader. It's a great book to always hold on to. It goes to the nuts and bolts of the history of the Constitution and what the Constitution has stood for over time and how it's evolved. It's great for that purpose. But it doesn't cover much of the very early inception of the philosophical underpinnings of why we created the Constitution the way we did, and some of the debates that occurred down in Philadelphia in 1787. So I'm going to supplement that. So what do you do when you first log on? You're going to log on, read the syllabus, ask any questions related to the syllabus. I'm known to make mistakes. If you see something in there that's inconsistent about how grades are going to be calculated or how the semester is supposed to roll out in terms of the expectations I have for you, let me know that there's something wrong here or you don't understand it. I'd be glad to clarify it. I really mean that when I put up my information. Please contact me. Feel free and encouraged to contact me if you have any questions or concerns. I really mean that. There's no such thing as a dumb question. The dumb question is the one that doesn't get asked because it's probably the same question many other students have in a class. And I'd be glad to help you through the semester to ease any concerns or anxieties you have as we progress. So when you first go in, after you read the syllabus, see what's expected of you, go in the assignment section or the homework section. The very first week's homework, which I pushed all the way out until January 31st, just to get students up to speed. There's an add drop period. Although the first assignment does not require the book, there is a certain degree of getting acclimated to the course, especially if you're not too familiar with online learning. So when you go in there, you're going to see that I posted. You're going to start off with readings. You'll see all these readings I posted, basically links to very good articles. I think they're very good anyways. I shopped around for you and found good articles. Most of them are fairly short and readable within a few minutes. Some of them are a bit longer and more in depth. I put them there for your benefit. You're not coming to class every day. There's no reading from the textbook this first week. So the readings I gave you shouldn't overwhelm you. Don't try to sit down and do them all at once. But if you piecemeal through those readings, I don't think you're going to find them overwhelming. In fact, I think you're going to find them pretty enjoyable. I also put up a significant amount of videos. These are scholarly videos, some of them very entertaining, some of them very light, some of them much more in depth about the topic that we're going to cover in that first week, which is the formation of our Constitution and basically the rebellion from Great Britain and the underpinnings of that and what caused the philosophical shift in how we wanted to create our governance and how we want to create certain civil liberties and certain rights built within our constitutional framework. Good videos. Some of them are very funny, very entertaining. Most of them are short. A couple are longer, but they're great. And you don't have to watch them all at once. Watch them piecemeal. And I'll put up a video lecture as well. I haven't done that yet. I'll probably get around to it in the next few days, but it'll be up there. After you look through all the readings, all the videos, I put up a basic little prompt for your homework assignment, asking you a question or two about the related topics of that week or the biweekly. Sometimes I'll combine 2 weeks into a major theme. And you basically put them in right through Blackboard. You submit your short little essay responses. I don't expect a great deal in homework. I don't want to overburden you with a workload just for the sake of doing it. But if you go through those readings, those videos, do the homework, you're going to be pretty well versed in the history of the United States Constitution by the end of the semester, and that's the goal. Otherwise, all my contact information is up on the syllabus. We know it's still COVID-19 era, so you're not going to find me at Mount Wachusett Community College physically, but I give you my cell phone. My phone is not going to be forwarded from the Mount, so use my cell phone. It's also my business line. I'm still a practicing attorney, so don't be afraid to text or email. All that information is right there on the syllabus, and don't be afraid to reach out with any questions or concerns as we go. Some of you might start off right away and say, well, I don't see any quizzes or anything. We have 2 tests in this class, midterm and a final. The first test will be based upon basically the construct of the Constitution as a framework of government, basically the articles, what is the power of the legislature, the power of the presidency, the judicial branch, and then some of the checks and balances that go between those. That's pretty much the first half of the semester. Second half of the semester is going to be civil rights and liberties, basically the Bill of Rights and all the other amendments to the Constitution that have changed some of the framework from its original inception. Some of the things that we found were inherently wrong with our nation, like slavery and banning women the right to vote, and many other flaws that we have found over time, we have changed through the amendment process. The first 10 amendments, I don't think of them really as amendments, they kind of came as a package deal very early on. See, there I am. I'm drifting right into a lecture. I apologize. But again, this is the book. This is what it looks like. The ISBN number is right online. You can order it through Amazon or many other book dealers. Again, you're not going to need it for the first week assignments. I posted articles. Let me know if there's any broken links. I looked through them this morning. They look like they all worked. Read the articles. Maybe look at the homework assessment, meaning what the questions will be for homework, before you actually take a second look at the articles, or maybe even before you look at the articles, you say, I'm looking for answers to these questions, so you can take notes or find the information as you go along. Hope you have a great semester. And again, don't be afraid to reach out, call me, text me, shoot me an email about any issues you have with the semester. And I mean that sincerely. Some of you may have had me for previous courses, so you pretty much know them. Reachable, and I do respond. I tend not to respond if you don't tell me there's an issue. If it's something like, hey, I submitted my homework, I'm not going to respond maybe for a few days because I'm going to have to digest it and get back to you with feedback. So if there's an issue, let me know. Hey, I'm really worried about this. Can you get back to me soon? I tend to take those kinds of emails much quicker. Don't be afraid to follow up with a second email. I miss emails sometimes. I teach several classes. I have so many students. Occasionally in the rush of things, I'll see it. I'll be out maybe practicing law or doing something else. Not to say I forget about you, but all of a sudden 2 days goes by and you haven't gotten a response from me and you're freaking out. That's not fair to you. Don't be afraid to follow up the very next day or even later that day saying, you haven't gotten back to me with this question. I'm concerned. Please let me know. Did you get the first email or did you get the first text? I really want some input on this issue that I'm having right now. Other than that, again, I'm Jim Corman. I'm down here in Brimfield, Massachusetts, but hopefully I'm always accessible to you. And if I don't get back to you within 24 hours, you get right back on sending another email letting me know that you want some response to what's going on in this course that you need help with. Otherwise, I'll post this now, and I'm going to turn the course on right now. You'll see it, and send me a confirmation email that you're on, you don't have any immediate questions, and you see the outline of the course and how to proceed. Otherwise, be well.